Hey, it's Leah, Spelt, Ligia, and I just wanted to touch base a little bit. I've been in a little bit of a learning curve, and I'm with a group that's also in that same learning curve as we establish ourselves in a new line of work. And no one prepares you for those demands until you're actually in it. You know, we can talk about schedules, we can talk about best practices and goals, but when you're actually in it, it's a whole different feeling. And it can feel like that when you just move somewhere, you start a new job, you have a new baby, or you're just starting anything new. It feels so uncomfortable. And you get that like flutter or that tightness in your chest that like it just feels like everything's going so fast and you're trying so hard to keep up and just stay afloat, and it can feel stressful. It is. It's okay that it feels stressful. Acknowledge that it's stressful. Change is stressful. Change. I think that's why we sometimes avoid change, because it's so uncomfortable at times. But understand that with that change comes growth. When you put stress, I love working out, so when you put stress on that muscle and you're working out, you put stress, you put strain, you make it difficult for you to complete the task. But the benefit of that is that you get stronger. When we stop trying to challenge ourselves, we stop growing. When we stop growing, we start dying, much like a flower. A flower can grow and hit its peak, but the second it starts growing, it starts dying. You know, fruits and vegetables, I have a vegetable garden right now, so excuse the analogies, but it's all part of it. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. But, you know, as I'm going through this and I'm feeling, I can hear the chatter in my head. I can hear it saying, this is too much, you don't want this, and I can hear every reason why I shouldn't do this and how this is not good for me or my family. Like, I can hear it constantly in my head. But then there's that smaller, teeny tiny voice that says, what if you stuck with it? What will you learn, and who is the person that you are going to become because you stuck with it, because you lived through the discomfort? You know, I'm not saying this to go to the extremes of, you know, you're having panic attacks, but catch those before it gets to that point and understand you're not alone in this. You know, I reached out to, you know, another woman in our group that, you know, it's been a big change for her family, and suddenly all these demands, you know, you want to show up for work and you want to hit your goals, but you still have the life that you had before those goals came in. You know, you're excited and you want to do well. It's going to take time. You know, I just reached out to her to let her know, hey, I feel exactly the same, and it's going to take an adjustment. But what I keep running through my head is, and I post-it, I have a post-it note. I know I'm not in my office right now, but I have a post-it note that says, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Growth always is. It's one of my favorite quotes. I'll put it here. We can choose to, I forget who it was now and what the quote is. 1 second. I found it. I hate that because I love this quote. This is one of my most favorite instrumental quotes, and it's such a great reminder. So the quote is by Abraham Maslow, and it says, one can choose to go back towards safety or forward towards growth. Growth must be chosen. Operative word here is chosen, again and again. So my message to you is that it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but you have to choose the discomfort, and eventually it won't be as uncomfortable as it is right now. Keep following what got you started in the first place. What was the thing that made you say yes? What was the thing that made you just start in this venture? What was it that got you excited to invest your time, energy, and money into this thing? Maybe it's a new workout routine. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is for you, but keep going. It is supposed to be hard. And in doing those hard things, it's gonna get easier. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You got this. You are far stronger than you know. See ya.
Hey, it's Leah, spelled Ligia, and I wanted to introduce to you the Clean Your Dirty Glasses workbook and companion notebook. Now, I just wanted to get into these a little bit because they're not like your typical journals. I included a few more items in this workbook. It's kind of an extension, work along with the Clean Your Dirty Glasses book. There is space to do some writing. You've got your table of contents if you want to jump to certain sections, an introduction on how this all works, and just to set up your mindset, a letter to your past self. What would you say to your past person, that version of yourself? There's some tips for, coping with change, some quotes along the way just to keep it fun and light, wins and goals. Those are the big three. What are you grateful for the day? What are your goals for the next day? What are things you want to change? You gotta love the traffic going by right now. These are things that you want. Often we're so busy that we don't stop to think what we want. These are ideas for self-care. What can I do to take care of myself? Again, these quotes, I love these quotes. Some coloring pages just because it's a great way to relax and unwind after a busy day. If you're on a commute, just have 2 seconds to yourself. There's 30 days to keep track of a new habit. And don't forget to breathe. I don't think I'm doing much of that right now. This is the daily journal. Now, it's a little bit different than a typical journal. There's a bit of an instruction, and it was inspired by a panda, the black and white of panda, the balance. There's some spaces for your thoughts, but the main meat of this journal, other than the cute little quotes that make me laugh, is the 3 wins or things you're grateful for each day, and 3 goals for tomorrow. That's it. Now, if you get one of those, that's a win. Just one, because it's still a step forward. Now, what I'm looking for here is a weekly check-in. And on that page, you'll see it's put in after every 7 days. How did your week go? It's just a quick reflection. Did I take step forward? What worked? What can I tweak? How can I improve my week? I also included some art because I'm an artsy-fartsy and I love to include those things in my books. But this is a smaller version. It's a quick hit to just keep you on good habits and keep you on track, and something to come back to as a reminder of you are moving forward. Hope that helps.